to night 2 of the 2024 draft. We are live here on Smackdown here in Erie, Pennsylvania, and it looks like the Starlets are out here tonight as they await anxiously to see where they may be drafted. We see Damage Control making their way to the building. NXT is here. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will see who from the women's will get drafted as Asuka is making her way into the arena. Wait, what the hell is that? Who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? Some woman, I don't know, this is a fan, and oh my gosh, she just sprayed mist into the eyes of Asuka. We've seen this happen to Bianca Belair, and now she just flees off. We need security. Asuka might need some medical attention. What the hell did I just witness? What just happened? Somebody just assaulting Asuka. We saw the same thing on Raw in the night with Bianca Belair, but this looked like a different person with a different mask.
Is in elimination match. Making his way to the ring from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, the NXT North American Champion, Braun Breaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me regain my focus. As it is, we are wasting no time here to kick things off. As you know before how proceedings will go here, these three champions, Braun Breaker representing NXT as your North American champion, will take on Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion representing SmackDown, and the GOAT himself is in action here as he will be representing Raw as the United States Champion. Winner of this match how this match will go will determine the draft order of which proceedings will take place, like we saw on Raw with the women's champions fighting for brand supremacy and the first pick of the draft. Tonight, the men will do battle to determine the draft order for the women's pool.
From Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 297 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Gunther!
And Gunther, the hometown favorite here on SmackDown, well, getting some boos here. He's not always liked, but he is representing the blue brand here tonight. Gunther and Braun Breaker, two men that is looked at as to be the face of the future of the WWE. It's funny, they are facing the legendary John Cena, who was the future face. Now he's fighting against two men that are looking to be the new generation of John Cena in their own ways. Braun Breaker, a fan favorite, beloved, dominating force. Gunther, not quite so much a fan favorite, but love him or hate him, you cannot deny the ability and the brute force he brings in the ring on a nightly basis. That's why he is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time.
From West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, the Prince of Boston, Cena!
Mike Rome says it all. Love him or hate him, there is no denying that John Cena is up there on the Mount Rushmores of professional wrestling and is looked at as probably the greatest of all time. He is like a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant of his era. He is that guy. He doesn't run from fades. He doesn't run from a fight like other fake goats. I won't mention somebody that's currently on the Lakers' name. He is here to fight, as he said, if you want some, come get some. And he's here to look to continue to prove to the youth and everyone else that he still got it, and he is why he is the GOAT. And this match is now officially underway as Braun Breaker and Cena look to lock up. Braun Breaker getting picked up, fireman's carry and getting dropped on his throat and face by John Cena, as now Gunther tries to get into the fray. Now Braun Breaker going right back after Cena after getting put down by the big man. And now John Cena, great acrobatic, athletic reversal right there, getting out of a potential suplex. And Gunther just watching these two kind of go after it. Now looking to get in and look for a drop kick, but I think he missed on Braun Breaker. Now Braun Breaker on the attack of Gunther, taking advantage of Gunther's mishap there. And John Cena from behind going after Braun Breaker as Gunther's been thrown into the corner. And now John Cena sends Braun Breaker outside, and now he's getting one-on-one time with Gunther. And now that's not what you want, as already Gunther's introducing John Cena to the chops. This match is very interesting because neither any of these three men has faced each other on in any match ever before. This is the first time they've all tangled with one another. You would have thought that Braun Breaker and Gunther might have tangled up on NXT, but they really did not. Different eras, different times. As Braun Breaker was starting to reach that level of status, Gunther was already dominant here on the main roster on SmackDown. But I gotta stop calling Raw and SmackDown the main roster. NXT is now also part of the main roster. Even though they will still host a lot of up-and-coming talent, they are now getting treated like a main roster. They are getting to be moving to arenas such as this one here, and NXT will host the tag team pool draft, and we will get to see the brand new NXT arena in a brand new venue such as this itself. So NXT's got bigger things happening for them. And now Gunther taking out John Cena, the GOAT. So it's very interesting. These three men will finally lock arms for the first time. Maybe in Gunther's and John Cena's case, this might not be the only time we see them lock hands. And oh my God, Braun Breaker, the sure power, just suplexed Gunther outside the ring, and John Cena looking to take advantage of it. John Cena looking to take advantage of Braun Breaker, and Gunther already up to his feet. Oh my God. This man just taking punishment and looking to dish more of it out. Gunther stalking Cena, takes the back, now takes the neck, and now, oh my God, Braun Breaker taking out the knees of Gunther, trying to keep the big man from being able to use his brute power and force. And Braun Breaker, oh my God, the power again on full display with a suplex to the GOAT Cena into the cover. We got a one, I guess you want to call it a one count, a brief one count on John Cena, on the pin from Braun Breaker. And now Gunther with an unorthodox maneuver right there, wrenching on the neck of Cena with his feet, and a scoop slam by Gunther, and then he gets drop kicked by Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker, I think he did that move to Braun Breaker, I might have mistaken. Now Braun Breaker going out there with a reverse suplex type of maneuver there, and Cena snake eyes and Braun Breaker and Gunther with a run out drop kick. Braun Breaker trying to roll to the outside and catch his breath as these two men, Gunther and John Cena, do battle on a clothesline by Gunther. Sheer force, the cover. We got a one, now a two, and Cena kicks out. They don't call him Big Match Sean for any reason. He's just not getting thrown. That's not getting thrown around for him at all. He shows you why there. And Braun Breaker with his patented power slam on Gunther, but Cena running the interference there, going right after Braun Breaker. For some reason, it's almost like Cena and Braun Breaker build up some type of rivalry in this match. These two just going at it. Maybe the respect of one another. John maybe wanting to see somebody like Braun Breaker's been compared to him. The charisma, the strength, even though Braun Breaker is built a little different, they both are sheer force and sheer strength. Maybe John Cena trying to measure himself up to a Braun Breaker, but don't ignore Gunther. As you see Gunther trying to go after John, but John Cena looking to give Gunther an attitude adjustment, and he does. But John looking to crawl to a cover, and he gets it to cover. A one, a two, and Gunther's eliminated. Not quite yet. He peels the shoulder up at 2.9, and Cena showing the athleticism. Springboard stunner to Braun Breaker as Gunther is trying to gain his energy and regain his consciousness hanging on the ropes. Now looks like he's back in. Oh, an athletic maneuver. Athletic moonsault by Braun Breaker on Cena. Send Cena to the outside to clear his head and get the cobwebs out of him. Gunther sending Braun Breaker into the ring ropes. And man, I would love to see these two battle for world championships. But maybe in the future, if the future draft may benefit that for them. Right now, these two are stuck on their individual brands as champions, and I don't think they have a problem with that. People have touted Gunther to be the next world champion, and a lariat clothesline just spun Braun Breaker inside out, cover here, and it just eliminated Braun Breaker, and NXT will now get the third pick in the draft. We kind of saw that with the women's pool. And again, with the men's pool when the women's match, and now it's happening again. NXT's just coming up a bit short here. Oh, looks like someone didn't pay a light bill. Momentary lapse in lighting, but the lights are back on here. Braun Breaker eliminated John Cena, and Gunther going toe-to-toe here. These two representing SmackDown and Raw, the GOAT versus the Ring General. Who's gonna get the job done and win their brand, the first overall pick? John Cena thinks he might have done enough here with that scoop slam. He got a 2. He might just have it. No, Gunther pulls the shoulder up at 2.9 yet again. Hot start, kind of rinse and repeat type of strategies these shows have for the draft. I've already got word from Triple H that the top 3 women drafted will main event tonight to see who becomes the number one contender for that brand's world title. Kind of like we saw with the men. We're seeing the same thing happen for the women. A little different though, as Roman Reigns secures both titles, and he's already got the number 1 contender match. He's already got a match against Randy Orton at the next pay-per-view. We don't know exactly what pay-per-view that is, but sources tell me we will find out after the draft is concluded, probably on next week's Raw, what the next pay-per-view would be. As John Cena trying to get the crowd and himself fired up here. John Cena, he told me backstage he's happy to be back on SmackDown. Everything started for him here. He broke out on SmackDown, became the United States champion, introduced the first spinning title in this company's history with the United States Championship. Then we'll go on and beat JBL at WrestleMania 21 to become WWE champion. And the rest is history. Call him Tom Brady. Once he won that, he didn't look back any further on the GOAT status. Looking to hit him with a top rope 5-knuckle shuffle. But again, Gunther just not ready to call it quits. Fighting. Oh, Gunther looks like he's also got a he's also got a match set up at the next review with Seth freaking Rollins, the number 1 overall pick for the men's pool for SmackDown. Won that triple threat match and booked himself into a title shot with Gunther. And oh my God, Gunther missed the first layer. Didn't miss this time as John Cena tried to stop momentum, but still got hung up enough. This is it. No, John Cena kicks out. Gunther hitting him with the lariat, the same lariat that took out Braun. Didn't quite take out Cena, but I know this is most likely going to take Cena out. Pins him here, hits him with the power slam. Oh my God, John Cena again kicks out. I would like to say I can't believe it, but I mean, at this point, they wouldn't call Cena the GOAT for a reason. They wouldn't call him Big Match John Cena for no reason. Nothing he does shocks and surprises me. This man is resiliency personified, and Gunther's getting firsthand at that right now as he's trying to figure out what he has to do to put Cena away. Chops, clubbing shots with the big massive forearms, and now looking for another power slam to end the night of Cena and SmackDown and Raw. This has to do it. The cover. 3-0. What? Cena again says, he will not be denied the victory. But I think that just upsets Gunther as he now on a mount position, attacking with shots with the forearms, fists. He is trying to neutralize Cena and Raw and win for his brand here on SmackDown. Oh, and a vicious chop. Got my chest fired up right there. Jesus Christ, I don't know how people can step in the ring with Gunther willingly. And when they do, they don't leave the same. Gunther is a weapon. He doesn't need, this is a no disqualification. And Gunther just decides to not use any weapons. He is a freaking weapon. and he is just on the assault of Cena, trying to put him away here. And again, the clubbing blows from a mounted position. John Cena trying to cover up, but these shots are landing. They are landing, and that might be it. Too much damage for Cena to take. Two, and no. Crowd very much into it. Here on SmackDown, we got brand new arena here for SmackDown. Love the sets that they have here. Opening up and issuing a new era for all three brands with this draft. And again, a chop, another chop, and another chop, and another chop. And just swings John Cena across like a rag doll. And Cena trying to block here, trying to fire back up, trying to give it right back to Gunther, but he just stopping all momentum here, does Gunther, and gives it right back to Cena. Oh, Gunther again, trying to hit Cena with those chops, but Cena counter, and Cena trying to build up a head of steam. Cena looking to hit him back with the slam here, and the comeback is seemingly on for John Cena, but Gunther getting out of harm's way. Cena really looking to maybe hit with the 5-knuckle shuffle, but maybe Gunther doing his homework, finding ways to avoid Cena's 5-knuckle shuffle, but Cena's on the attack. This is what makes John Cena so special. He finds ways to get himself back into matchups. When you think you have him beat, you really don't. Doesn't lose very often. When it does, you've done a lot of work to earn it. And John Cena telling Gunther, you can't see me. 5-knuckle shuffle connects, and he's in fired up here in Erie, Pennsylvania. And he is waiting for Gunther, stalking Gunther to get to his feet. Gunther in trouble. Cena looking for the AA, but doesn't hold for a cover. Cena, flips over, has Gunther up again, looking for another AA. Back-to-back AAs to Gunther to put the big man away. And he does. And the GOAT proves just why he is that and picks up the victory from Monday Night Raw.
Here is your winner,
The GOAT performs, taking out Gunther in a tremendous match here. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time to kick things into the draft. With that win, Raw has earned the first overall pick in the women's pool. Gunther's valiant efforts have earned SmackDown the second overall pick, and NXT unfortunately will get the third overall pick. Hasn't been a good start for them in these elimination matches. But ladies and gentlemen, let's break down how proceedings will go right now as we await the general manager's pick in the first round. Let me briefly go over how the draft will commence, as things will move faster here on night 2. As we talked about on Monday Night Raw, the champions cannot be eligible for the draft. They will remain champions on their individual brands. However, they can be traded for another champion of equal value during one of the few trade periods. And the trade periods will take place at the 4 major PLEs: SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. Maybe there'll be an extra 1 or 2 trade periods added in between those. I'm not too sure, but those are slated to be the trade periods. And at that point, anybody within the 3 rosters can be traded, including champions. But like we said, champions have to be traded for someone of equal value. But let's briefly take a look at how the draft will go. On Monday Night Raw, we saw the top 9 men pick in 3 rounds. Tonight, we will see the top 9 women pick also with 3 rounds in the order of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT getting the 3rd pick again. And then on NXT, we will see tag teams selected. So I'm getting word that the general managers have their picks in. Let's see who Raw has up right now. Oh my! Charlotte Flair, the queen, the 14-time women's champion, headed back to Monday Night Raw. SmackDown's on the clock. They just lost Charlotte, but they will keep Liv Morgan as she will remain on SmackDown. All right, NXT's on the clock. Who will they select? Two big picks already been chosen, and oh my God, NXT has got a big, massive pick as Ronda Rousey is headed to NXT. What a pick from NXT. All right, starting the second round. Who was Raw select here at all? They secure the rights of Bayley. We saw her very upset earlier when she wasn't selected first, but Bayley will remain on Raw. And SmackDown's on the clock at all. NXT is gonna suffer a loss. Raquel Rodriguez is headed to SmackDown. Well, NXT's on the clock. They just lost Raquel Rodriguez. Who will they pick their second choice? And they are going to make sure they keep another young, up-and-coming prospect in Tiffany Stratton staying on NXT. We are in the third and final round here. Raw is back on the clock. Who do they select? And NXT is going to take another hit as they lose another young, talented competitor in Tegan Knox headed to Raw. SmackDown on the clock. Who will they select here? And they will select Shotzi Blackheart as she remain on SmackDown. And we are at the third and final pick for NXT. Who will they select? And they will select and keep Roxanne Perez as she remain on NXT to conclude the draft process for the women's pool. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word from General Manager Nick Aldis that tonight, coming up next in the main event, we will see Charlotte Flair take on Liv Morgan, taking on Ronda Rousey. The winner becomes the #1 contender to the brand's Women's World Championship title. Ladies and gentlemen, an epic conclusion for the night 2 still to come, and we'll bring you that match right after this. If you made it this far in the video and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like and share with others. We got tons of video on the channel and looking to bring more content to the channel. Get caught up on Universe Mode with our latest videos or playlists and be a part of the community. Go follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Let's start a conversation and we can talk about the latest in WWE, AEW, WWE 2K24, and much, much more. But be sure to stop by and follow and join the Undisputed Warrior community today. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for your main event of the evening. We have #1 contendership on the line between these three women drafted in the top 3 of the first round.
The following contest is an elimination match. Making her way to the ring from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
And making her last appearance on SmackDown here, the Queen Charlotte. She is drifting in red, raw red, as she went first overall to Monday Night Raw after John Cena earlier tonight picked up the massive victory over Braun Breaker and Gunther. Gunther gave it his all to beat the greatest of all time, but it was to no avail as John Cena will pull out all the strings to get the massive victory and get Raw the first overall pick, which landed them the Queen, the 14-time women's champion, Charlotte Flair, who is going to be heading back to Monday Night Raw after a long hiatus since being drafted to SmackDown years ago. The daughter of the legendary first ballot greatest of Hall of Famer, some people arguably say the greatest of all time, Ric Flair, making her glorious entrance here. The referee helps her, takes up her gorgeous dress or gown, or whatever you want to call it, as she prepares for this match. A little bit of mixed reaction here. Love her or hate her, she is one of the greats to ever suit up and grace the WWE ring, and she's looking to add another notch to her greatness here tonight with a victory if she can get it. Making her way down the aisle after losing Charlotte Flair.
From Elmwood Park, New Jersey,
After losing Charlotte Flair, SmackDown wanted to make sure they secure the rights to this woman, Liv Morgan, who is a hot commodity in the business for all three brands. People say she's like a Gunther or Braun Breaker. The future of the WWE has yet to win the big gold, the main title in her career, but her career is just getting started. I feel, and a lot of people backstage feels, that Liv Morgan is bred for success in the WWE and on SmackDown.
And from Venice Beach, California, the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey.
And this was a huge get for NXT, in my opinion, after suffering a loss of Raquel Rodriguez, the former women's NXT champion. They're gaining a former UFC champion, a former SmackDown women's champion, and Ronda Rousey, who's looking to get herself back on top after she just lost to Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch, teaming up with Shayna Baszler in that tag team match at Backlash. A great match it was, but the champions will remain champions as Shayna and Ronda picked up a loss, but she's looking to put that behind her and get back into singles competition. Unless Shayna Baszler is drafted to NXT, who knows? We'll find out how all the rosters will unfold later on after NXT's tag teams are chosen, or I'm sorry, I should say after tag teams are chosen on NXT later on in the week. But right now, these three ladies going right after. We had a great match for the three gentlemen to put these women in the place that they are in right now. And right now, you're seeing Charlotte Flair doing Charlotte Flair things, showing everyone why she is considered the greatest woman in all of WWE, women's wrestler, and one of the most, and she has the most title reigns for any women's wrestler that's competed in this business thus far. The Liv Morgan sitting her outside. But this matchup is different than the men's triple threat match we saw on Raw after the triple threat match, elimination match to determine the number one contender. To determine the draft order, we saw the men's number one contenders match be a regular triple threat match. But you heard Mike Roma announce that this is actually an elimination match. So we're getting back-to-back elimination matches. One to determine the draft order, one to determine number one contender status. So this is a little easier if you are for one of these women, even though you don't want to be the one pin. But it's a little easier in the fact that you don't have to have your head on a swivel at all times. You can take a breath or two, as we saw Liv Morgan doing so, to let the other two beat themselves down, and maybe you can run in and take advantage. You saw Liv try to do so and didn't work out, but Ronda Rousey getting speared out of her boots by Charlotte, and then Charlotte getting DDT'd. Getting DDT'd by Liv Morgan, but I'm surprised Liv Morgan didn't go for a pin on either Ronda or Charlotte after that, especially on Ronda, because Ronda got hit with a devastating spear, but now she's recovered as much as she can and fighting back, and now Liv Morgan in trouble as Ronda's getting her hands on Liv. It's the battle of the finishers. Who's gonna get to theirs? We know Charlotte Flair has the figure 8 lock, as she pays homage to her dad, and also adds a little stamp, a little spice of her own with the figure 8. Or she hits you with the natural selection. Liv Morgan has Oblivion. Oh, great smash slam or scoop slam right there by Charlotte on Liv Morgan. And Ronda, the former UFC women's champion with the women's background, with the armbar and a different variation of an angle lock. an angle slam. She calls it the Ronda slam. Those women trying to find their big time moves, and spear again by Charlotte on Ronda. And Ronda in trouble. Charlotte going for a count, a cover, a 1 of 2. It's over here, no. And that's what I'm saying. This being elimination match, if you're the person, see, it's a good and bad, because elimination match, if you're the 3 competitors off rip, you can buy some time. You can watch to, the two women go at it while you stay the outside, pick your spots. But on the flip side, the downside, if you are someone like in Ronda's in situation, if someone's going for a cover over you, you don't have the other person's protection as you would in a normal triple threat match where it's one fall to a finish. This is two falls to a finish. We get one elimination, and the next pinfall will declare the winner. So it's a little bit of a give or take, you know, which type of triple threat match you want it to be. But right now, looking like do we have a winner here? No, not quite yet. As I think Charlotte hit Liv Morgan with that natural selection. I was paying attention to see if Ronda was getting up gingerly, but now going after, Charlotte Flair with her takedown there. And now going into a pin, I didn't think that would be enough to get the job done. Liv Morgan taking advantage. And now she's trying to pick her spot. She got hit with natural selection already. Drop kicks Charlotte Flair for that. Now going right after Ronda. And takes her down. And now Liv Morgan trying to get fired up, but Charlotte with another chest shot. And again, natural selection to Liv Morgan. Ronda just staring and watching as Liv Morgan will be eliminated in this match. So not quite the night for NXT here tonight. They got the third overall pick. I mean, I guess it's a good thing. It did. Sorry, not NXT. It looks like to be a great night for SmackDown. They did get the second overall pick, but Liv Morgan on their home turf has already been eliminated as they're trying to prove themselves that they are the greatest brand, and their draft picks will give them brand supremacy as the year progresses. But right there, Liv Morgan on the outs looking that she's eliminated. Nothing to be ashamed of. She's taking on, multiple time champions in this regard. So, kudos to her for getting it all she got, but she couldn't quite get the oblivion and suffered two natural selections for the 1, 2, 3. As now Ronda and Charlotte look to revisit their former rivalry for Raw's Championship gold over the past few years. As Ronda goes to a cover here, got cover two. Is it enough? No, not quite yet. Ronda, Charlotte, different. Both legends in their own right. I would say Ronda's more of a legend in the UFC ranks, while Charlotte obviously the legend here in the WWE in these ropes. But Ronda trying to make a name for herself, trying to be a multiple-time champion. She could beat Charlotte Flair here. Charlotte went for spears, slipped up, and Ronda gonna capitalize with the flying knee. Shades of her UFC days right there. And Charlotte's now backed up in her corner, but she's fighting out with the elbow. And she did the chop, spun Ronda inside out, and hit her with natural selection. This is why she's a 14-time champ, seeking 15. No, not yet. Valiant effort by Charlotte, hitting her with the natural selection, but Ronda kicking out, and now Charlotte begging her to get to her feet, and sort of shades of her husband, Andrade Cien Almas, with that lariat. As Andrade has a cartwheel Pele kick, Charlotte has a cartwheel lariat, a different variation of those two together. Like I said, married, sharing some moves off different variations, but Charlotte on a big time lariat with the momentum of the cartwheel wasn't able to put Ronda down. But Ronda's tough. She's been through hell. She's been through a lot in the WWE and the UFC. It's gonna take a lot to put her away. Charlotte should know that. Their past years of battling for championship gold, hit her with the crossbody from the top rope. Haven't seen Charlotte get in her athletic bag in quite some time, but she has it. She has aerial maneuvers in the bag, pulling off some right there. And again, trying to find a way to take out Ronda, but Ronda reversing and hitting her with the kick. And now a chop, grabs her arm, and now with a double hook suplex there. Ronda's got her hooked. Ronda looked at it again with the Ronda slam. The different variation like I talked about of the angle slam, but that took a lot of Ronda as she's trying to maybe shake the cobwebs. Maybe she clunked her head down delivering that move. Charlotte's laid out. Ronda finally to her feet, trying to move Charlotte away from the ropes. Beautiful, smart ring awareness by Ronda, but unfortunately Charlotte getting out of harm's way, or maybe not. There it is, the armbar. The armbar's locked in. Will Charlotte tap? Charlotte's gonna tap. No, she spins around and finds a way to slither out of that precarious that move. You don't need to have your arm being worked on all match through. If she can put you in the arm bar, you might just tap immediately. Same can go for Charlotte if she hits figure 8, but she just hit a spinning back elbow. But Ronda instinctively fighting back, gets her again, hooks the arm again. Does she have it? Does she have it locked in this time? Can Ronda win? Yes, Ronda wins. She's made Charlotte tap out, and Ronda is a new #1 contender.
Here is your winner, the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey survived the elimination triple threat match to become the #1 contender to the NXT. Oh my! Cora Jade is in the building. I'm shocked and curious as to why she is here. As we said before, the champions were not a part of the draft, but maybe she's here just to check in and get a closer look at her future opponent. And she is walking towards Ronda Rousey, who looks unimpressed with Cora Jade, the NXT Women's Champion. She's ready to fight. Ronda's saying, get in here. I'm ready to go right now. Cora Jade just staring a hole through Ronda Rousey. See, wait, who's it? Oh my goodness, that's Roxanne Perez from behind. Just hit Ronda Rousey with pump rocks. Wait a minute. What? Are these two in cahoots yet again? These two are former NXT Tag Team Champions, or they have an alliance. Again, this has been a lot to unpack these last few weeks. We're out of time.